Today was an up and down day. Y'all saw no consistency. Defensively, we're way ahead of where we are offensively. We got a lot of problems up front in offense, and quarterback's playing too inconsistent. Burt Reed's playing really good on offense. Defense, we're playing pretty solid. Still giving up big plays, though. Still giving up a lot of big pass plays at times, which we got to stop. But for the most part, when we get 11 on 11, we're doing pretty good on defense. And third down, we're getting good on offense. We're doing really good there. We got to get better on defense. We're giving up too many third downs, but good solid day, not bad.
Burt Reed had a non-contact jersey on.
All of them do. They ain't getting it. They ain't gonna get hit.
Had the blue on.
He ain't gonna get hit. Playing too good. Makes too many plays. If he gets hit, then we ain't gonna have no plays. That's the way it is right now. So,
but it wasn't it.
He ain't getting hit.
When do you think Jermaine will be able to go again? Is it kind of day by day?
I have to wait on the doctor. I have no idea. I mean, we'll wait and see. But we got plenty of backs. So. I hope we want him back. But we're doing all right there.
Chris is doing everything, right? Looked like
yeah, Chris doing everything. Yeah, you got Chris. You got 4 back in there going full speed. So doing good there.
You pretty much expect the defense to be ahead at this stage.
Oh yeah, should be. Got more experience. Got a lot of guys. Got a lot of veterans. Really good up front. And up front, till we get our offensive line jailed, it's going to be hard to do anything on offense. I mean, we're doing some good things. I mean, we break some runs. We're just not consistent, and we got to get better that way. And that's you should. If we're ahead on offense, then we're going to have a bad year. Ain't any team I've ever been on where the offense dominates the defense in practice had never been a very good football team. Hadn't won a lot of football games. I mean, we were exciting, but you don't win many football games. Defense should be way ahead. But I say it's much easier on defense than it is on offense. You're getting the execution and all that.
How much growth have you seen from the defensive line? And the defense is general, but especially the line from a year ago.
Good, they should be. I mean, they all play ball, got a lot of rep, got a lot of depth, got a bunch of good players. We put time and effort into recruiting players, making difference makers up front, and that's what we want them, and you can see it.
Coach, is Henry Orlis okay?
No, he got a concussion. Got hit yesterday in practice, and I think he got a concussion in practice. I don't remember how it happened, but he's got a concussion.
What's Mike Harris look so far?
Good, played really well. Had a couple nice plays today. Been very consistent. Now he was sloppy early in camp, I thought, but I think now he's really honed in and playing very good ball.
Coach, getting back to your D-line, how hard is it to install your offense when your quarterback's constantly scrambling for the last back?
That's part of it, exactly right. You don't ever know, and you develop bad habits. You can't, when that quarterback can't sit back and get comfortable, I don't care who you are. I mean, Tom Brady, they were 17-0 until the Giants started putting pressure on them. I mean, it don't make it matter who you are. And, they develop bad habits, and that's why you got to coach them. It's hard when you do that, but they'll get better. That's where we expect them to be. And we should, if our D-line's not dominating our O-line now, we got major problems.
He's Jernigan continuing what everybody talked about before.
He's powerful, he's athletic, and now it's going to be a different thing when he has assignments and he gets live, and when them guys start getting cut. You got to remember, they ain't getting cut now. It's fun to rush a passer when you ain't getting chopped. You know what I'm saying? Or getting scooped in the run. It's fun to play around. I mean, that evens a lot of things up when you go that way. But he's going to be a heck of a football player. He's going to be a really good football player. He's matured. I mean, a really good football player.
We asked him about him a lot, but being able to see LaMarcus out there, he closes on the ball so fast it looks like that.
Exactly. He erases mistakes. He's like an eraser. And then he tackles well, he plays well. When you blitz, it's like having another corner in the game. That guy, and he is so instinctive. And you see, when you get spread 3 and 4 wides, them safeties, I say, that Mike, the Will, and those safeties, they better be able to cover because that's where they're going to go. People ain't going to throw out there. People ain't going to throw in them good corners. They're going to attack those guys inside, and that's where they got to be sound.
Have you been able to see that he's kind of maybe impacted some of those other guys? It seems like Mike is getting those kind of breaks too.
Oh yeah, LaMarcus practice, and we practice. If we said, okay, I start practice over right now, he'd be the happiest guy on this field. He'd want to go practice again. Him and 5, and they would stand out there and play until the lights burn out. I mean, that's just the way they are. But we had a lot of guys doing that. Bjorn's becoming a dominant guy like that. Really likes to practice, and we got more of them. I mean, I just a few that jump out on me, but he's impacting those guys with his energy level. You know what I mean? Constantly. Even when he gets beat, no matter, he going to the next play. He gets a roll.
Do you have to ever get on the markets? I know he loves to hit people, even in the shell.
Well, no, I don't mind hitting. I just don't want tackling. I got on Telvin, I think, today. I just don't. You don't. Listen, you can say it. You thud guys. That's it. We know it's a tackle. Just don't go to the ground. That's where guys get hurt. And it's usually not you two. It's the guy you fall into. I mean, and that's what happens. And so that's why we just make a point. I'd rather say whoa than giddy up.
We saw Halstead make a couple nice plays.
He did. Halstead made a couple. Burt made a couple. Now Rodney made some good things. He's got to go get some more. You saw Greg Dent a few times. Those guys, those young guys are starting to come. And you saw Rashad Green make a few plays in there, jumped out at me. Now, I don't know what happened on the other end because I was on this end, but I saw Rashad make some good things.
There was a streak they threw over. It looked like Bjorn just couldn't block.
He had. Couldn't handle it. He beat Zebra every time. He had about 3 or 4 plays in a row.
Is that happening a lot? I mean, just with Bjorn, he's turned into that kind of guy.
His knees are well. He's healthy. He's feeling good because he had a knee problem last year a little bit. Now he's transitioned speed to power, and he's got that burst. And I'm telling you, he's so explosive that he can run and get you out there. Then when he turns those shoulders back into you quickly, shoves that pocket and collapses it. And he's so strong on the run. Bjorn is one heck of a football player, guys. I've been saying that the whole time. I'm telling you, a really good football player.
How much of his development can you credit to Tank showing up in your program? Because he was raving about him earlier today.
Oh, he was. I mean, he does. But Bjorn's one of those guys too. If he stayed out here and played, he'd be happy too. He'd practice all day. I mean, Bjorn's a self-starter, but competition does make you better. There is no doubt about that. And I think Tank's going to win. I've been pleased with his progress too.
And Hicks kind of gets forgotten in that mix, but how's he?
He's jumped out at me at camp. Those 4 ends, Brandon and Hicks and Bjorn and Tank, playing very well. I mean, you notice them, you feel them when you're around them. And Tajman at times on rush things. And I say, you know, if you ever stand Tajman up, we've had it because we had some backers just for reps. We stood him up and jumped him around. He'd be real good there too.
Do you think Bjorn's able to appreciate what he's able to do as much as a player who grew up playing football in America does? How fast he's been able
what
just
kind
to
of
come
statement is that?
No, just talking to him today, he
does. Bjorn's so fun to talk to because he's so carefree. He's honest. He's a trustworthy guy, and like I say, he just appreciates being out here. And sometimes, you know, the good thing about him, and I hate to say this, sometimes he isn't Americanized. He isn't spoiled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He works and does what he has to do, and he's fun to be around. He's a joy to be around.
I don't really jinx it, but
well, don't.
Bert,
just be quiet.
You mentioned Bert. Can you talk about the
Hey,
difference
tremendous.
you've
He had
seen
1
from
day
him?
since he'd been here. We got a little tired, but we rep him we do everything with him. And you know, and Willie made plays, and Rodney made plays, but Bert's been here. He's 50, and people don't realize about Bert. He's highly intelligent. Bert is extreme when he focuses and does little things. He's playing fast. He's thinking fast. He's reacting. I mean, he's doing some really, really good things, and he's being a leader. I mean, he plays all the positions, and you know, doing a really good job.
He was saying today that, you know, it's kind of dawned on him this year that this is his last year, and you know, he finally kind of realizes he's at Florida State. Are you starting to see some of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything. When you know you got tomorrow, sometimes you don't have urgency today. And I think he's buying into what we're talking about, living the now. You know what I mean? Because his now is now. There is no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And that's exciting for him. It's exciting to watch him because now he's starting to do the things I used to always yell at him so much for, and you knew he could do. Because he is dynamic. I mean, he's going inside, being in the slot. He's going outside. He's mixing around. If you jinxed him, Bob, then you're gonna have a talk. Put that orange shirt back on, you can go at you.
Last thing. Good.